Chronicles of Yarnia, the podcast from Montclair's the local yarn store. I am Jen.
Amanda.
Kathleen.
And this is episode
62.
Thank you. I started with 60.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you're
in
the right tens.
Like, considering I can't remember anything. So we are coming to you from Yarnia, which is Montclair's local yarn store, and this is a podcast all about knitting, crocheting, yarn, embroidery, weaving, spinning.
Fiber arts.
Fiber arts.
Exactly.
Stuff you can make with fiber in general.
Mm-hmm.
And we are coming to you right after Rhinebeck weekend.
Yes.
We are. Yeah.
Which only one of the three of us went. That would be Kathleen.
But
It
represented Yarnia super well. So.
Oh, thank you. It was really fun. I almost wore my Rhinebeck t-shirt. I actually bought a t-shirt this year. Who am I buying a t-shirt?
Oh, did you get any bag? Did you get a bag or anything?
I didn't.
Didn't love the design.
I didn't love it. I don't
picky.
do the zip top bag, and
Yeah.
I don't know. It was crazy too because when I was in line for the swag tent, you can pre-order your stuff, which is really nice. Actually, they do
I did that
and
last time.
that would have been the smart thing to do if I had really thought about it. I also wasn't sure. A lot of times they cut it off like a week before.
Yeah.
And a week before, it's not. That's too far in advance to know what I want.
Yeah.
It's like ordering your dinner 5 days ahead. I don't know.
I can't do that.
Oh, so many of the places, we were talking about that in the car on the way back, like all these places that you have to, if you want to get pizza from Brick and Dough for Wednesday, you have to order on Saturday.
I don't know what I want to eat on Wednesday.
I don't know either. But
do that.
Anyway, I was in line for the swag tent when I ran into several different people. So I kept getting pulled off the line to see people and take pictures and all that stuff.
Oh,
so
fun.
So by the time I got in the swag tent, I was really not focused.
You're like, this looks good.
Well, literally one of the first things I saw was the t-shirt, and I really did like the design. I'll do a picture. I'll give you a picture of the t-shirt and throw it in. Maybe even wearing it. But it was a really cute design. It kind of looks like a rock band, but it's all different, like, fiber animals, sheep,
so cute.
a couple of different breeds of sheep, a llama, an alpaca, a goat, maybe, I think, probably. Yeah, because we were saying here there should have been a bunny. There was no bunny.
Yeah.
Those are the stars of life.
Right, because you can spin the fiber off the Angora.
I didn't see any. I did see a few people spinning, but I didn't see anyone doing that. But
it's usually like one lady in like one of the I want to say not the upper area of the barn, but one of the barns, like kind of by the entrance that we usually go in, not the main entrance. Like, do you like my vague directions? This is how I am in real life too, where I'm just like, you go you make a right where the checkerboard used to be, and which is a standing joke in my family because my mother has actually given directions like that to my uncle, who was like, oh yeah, sure, no problem.
Does he know what?
He's never been there before.
Oh, okay.
He didn't know where the checkerboard used to be. Everybody else did, but he didn't.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So it was a really cute design on the shirt, and it was a gray shirt, and I was like, oh, that's cute, whatever. So I got one of those. I got a couple of masks. I got pins for the folks who were working here that day. I didn't go too crazy. Like I said, I was distracted by the time I got in there.
Everything goes, shiny.
I love the bag. I brought my bag today from 2018 because I had to bring my laptop, plus all my projects, plus like just was carrying a bunch of stuff, and they're so
Yeah.
I was away for the weekend, and I also packed all of my yarn. I went up to the Cape. I packed all of my yarn in one of my Rhinebeck bags.
Yeah.
But I like the design, but I'm very picky about whatever the logo is for the year. Because there's one year where I was like, I don't know. But sometimes they're always great, but sometimes they're more great than others.
I wish I'd pre-ordered a bag for you to pick up.
I
just thought of that now.
I also just thought of that.
We were just, I don't know, this was a very, like, sort of disorganized on our end, Rhinebeck. Like, we talked about maybe doing a sweater, and then we didn't do a sweater, and because even if not everyone's going, we did that fun thing a couple of years ago with Ysolda, where we had a gathering here as well as a gathering at Rhinebeck.
We'll get our act together next year.
2022
is the year of getting our stuff
really
together.
Well, and I also feel like there's a little of the is it going to happen? I hope it's going to happen. There
was a lot of that. There definitely was a lot of that this year.
I feel like that is the vibe for 2021. Is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? Yeah. I don't know.
How much effort should I put into planning for this? No, it's so true. Right. It really is.
Like, is school going to go on for like a week? 2 weeks,
A month.
3 weeks. How long before it shuts down? So far,
it's good.
Good.
We're so good.
Mine does not shut down at all.
That's great.
Knock everything. Cross your fingers, cross your legs, cross your toes, everything.
Mine is back. Obviously, Eric was not in school last time.
That's right.
We
He was tap
podcasted.
dancing for us. That was very cute.
But now
But
he's
he
back.
had a show.
Yes.
He did a little show. Now I can do the little show for his teachers.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's good. I feel so much better this week because this has been the first week that we're like back to our normal schedule.
Mhm.
Eric was out, and then last week Charlie got a cold. He wasn't like
Oh, right.
he just had like a runny nose, and he's got to keep his mask on. And when you're 3 and you've got a runny nose under a mask, it's
Not a good.
It's
I
disgusting.
don't think that would be a nice combo for anybody. That
It's
just does
terrible.
not sound fun. Yeah.
So
but
his teacher
especially
sent
at
him
3.
home
Especially
on
at 3.
Wednesday,
Poor
and
little
then
bunny.
he just stayed home Thursday and Friday. 'Cause I was like, we're just gonna have the same thing.
Yeah,
Thursday,
you're gonna
Friday.
go. You're gonna
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah.
Right. So those days were disrupted last week, and then this week, finally, everybody's
Everyone's
healthy.
where they belong.
All the schools are healthy.
Yes.
Yay.
Please stay that way.
Routine is a magical thing.
It's
It's a magical thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of routine, we do have a winner from our drawing.
Yay!
And
From last time for the
from
rule
last
roll.
time, we're gonna put
And
the name
your
in
name is right here.
Here.
And thank you again for all of the suggestions
Yes.
and patterns. We've got
Oh
a
my
lovely
gosh.
spreadsheet put together and of different things people are making, and that we're going to definitely explore all of that and
absolutely.
come up with some new things that to suggest to customers and possibly to make ourselves as well.
Yeah.
And
And maybe we should put at the end in a month or two. Put at the end we'll start a thread in our Ravelry for finished
Yes.
objects, so we
Mhm.
can like.
Oh,
highlight
that's a
some
great
of those,
idea.
too.
I'll make a post with some of those suggestions.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
would-
great idea. I
yeah.
like that.
That would be
Excellent.
awesome.
All right.
And I would
writing
love
it down, because you know what happens when we say we'll do
Yeah.
and
if
we
we
don't
have
write it
a
down.
brilliant idea,
Does not happen.
and we don't write it down, and then we're like, remember that brilliant idea we had?
And we're both like, yeah,
yes.
there was a brilliant idea.
What was it?
We had the best idea about a week or two ago, and we still don't remember what it was.
And I have no idea what it was. I can't even remember what it related to, but I remember this conversation.
Were we meeting with Asa? Was that with Asa, or was it just you and me?
Oh,
See?
no.
I don't know.
I mean, I literally got to the point where I was like, right before we started this, talking about, a whip, or actually, in my case, a future whip. I was like, I know I picked yarn for that.
right.
Did I actually take it home?
And I didn't remember
Is it
either,
in my
even though I
house?
saw it. I mean, the 3 skeins were. Could it be in the out bin and not paid for yet? Maybe.
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. But
Like, I didn't think it was in my house, but, I very well could have, dropped it in a corner and forgotten about it, which is a lot of my house.
Speaking of buying yarn, that's
Yeah.
what I've been doing a lot of. Is
Yeah.
buying yarn for the store. So we actually have a lot of shipments coming in.
we do.
That I'm super happy this year that we are able to get shipments in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, but I am paying attention to, like the,
Supply chain?
all the ships waiting to get into the West Coast ports
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
aren't able to get in, and a lot of yarn does come through there, especially merino.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's one thing I've been paying attention to. I know I'm planning out obviously I'm planning out holiday sweaters because I've been doing that, but like teachers' gifts, things like that.
Yeah.
If there's colors I want to use, especially red and green and white, things like that.
Yeah.
Getting them now before.
Get them now, yeah. Even if you don't start the project now, like get them now
While we have things.
definitely have stock,
Yeah.
because that's the worst. Is when it's like
Mhm.
2 weeks before and you're like, I have a plan, I have time to do it,
Yeah.
and then we're out of yarn and it's impossible to get it. So even though we're much better recovered from COVID, the mills are better recovered this year than they were
Mhm.
last year when a lot of mills had shut down for
Mhm.
several
Now
months.
it's really the shipping.
Now it's the shipping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
and this
really a
is
problem.
and and not just for us, it's for everybody.
Oh, everything. And I'm
it's
sure everyone's heard about it by now.
Oh,
It's,
yes. Some of the like the department stores and things like that.
Yeah.
If they haven't already ordered, they're not going to get it by Christmas.
You're
It's
not.
just-
Yeah, you're not
or,
gonna get it.
Or certainly Hanukkah, which is a month earlier. this
Yeah,
year.
and
Yeah,
Hanukkah
super early.
is so early this year, and which is actually kind of handy, because if you're making things for Hanukkah presents or anything like that, like you got to work a little bit earlier, which means you're likely to get a better pick of everything that's in stock before it's out of stock. So it's like, you know, that's a good scenario. But the tricky thing is with supply chain is like, you know, we're kind of the end of the supply chain.
You're the very end.
You're the very end. We're the step above, and
we're
then there's
one little step above.
The yarn companies, and some yarn companies, especially smaller yarn companies, while they may be able to like dye what they have, and you know, indie dyers can dye what they have on hand and ship it out without having to wait for a container ship, or mill. You know, they've got to get their yarn from somewhere.
Exactly. It still comes from somewhere, and things were delayed for so long, and
and some mills just don't exist anymore. That's
exactly. That's the biggest thing. I mean, and things that kind of went away in the night, and they didn't. You know, no one even said to the companies, by the way, we're not going to be able to provide you with that fiber anymore. So,
and I think that's
really
why some of
sad.
You know, anytime we see like a favorite yarn discontinued, we're always or a company go out of business, like Mrs. Crosby, we're like, no.
Yeah.
But sometimes the yarn, it's because the mill shut down.
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
because they can't sell it.
That's so true, because the steamer trunk, thinking back to Mrs. Crosby, that was such a unique base. There's nothing else that I ever found that was comparable. I wonder if that was the issue with that.
Maybe.
I mean, that was definitely their biggest yarn. I still do need to do an ad on Ravelry for that group. We have been selling a lot of steamer trunk.
Yeah.
The rest of our
stash. It's
so
actually
Mrs. Crosby
in the back.
Steamer trunk has been discontinued because Mrs. Crosby, the company,
is no more.
We still have stock. You can check and see what
I think
we
we've
have.
got about 100 skeins.
Yeah.
I think I counted last night.
So if that's a favorite of yours,
check it out on our website as soon as you can.
You can see our live inventory on shopyarnia.com. On the yarn page, you can see what colors we have on hand.
Exactly.
And
if you
how
don't
many
see
we
a
have in stock.
Color, exactly. If you don't see a color that you've ordered from us before, it means it's sold out.
Yeah.
So our site just shows what is available.
Which is handy, because then you don't get your hopes up that like, oh my god, I see this color, and it's not.
That's really frustrating.
It is very frustrating. It really is.
Where you're like, yes, that's the perfect red, and then you're like,
quantity available, 0. Yeah.
Destroyed. But yeah, so it sounds like...
So we've got that, and I am going to do an ad. It's been on my list for a couple of weeks, an ad for that group, just to kind of move the rest of it out. But
and also...
But you all get first dibs because you're hearing about it here.
That's a good reminder that we also have a Ravelry group, Shop Yarnia, and you can have chatter there, podcast threads.
Do I put it in the links below? If I haven't in the past, I will put a link for our Ravelry group below.
Yeah, and actually, I'll create a podcast thread as well, so that if you want to follow up, you know what? A lot of podcasters do a thing. You know, ask me anything.
Oh yeah,
we can start a
we
thread
should
for
totally
that too.
do that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, so go look in Ravelry and look for the Ask Me Anything thread, and then
or ask us anything.
Since
we're a trio.
Yeah, I was gonna say me is not plural.
Yeah.
Ask us anything.
It doesn't have to be yarn related, but we'll use our discretion on which ones are appropriate for all viewers.
If you want my opinions on sheets and towels, I will give you my opinion on sheets and towels. I have strong opinions on what sheets and towels are good.
Oh, do you have opinions on duvet?
Yes.
Oh, good. I'm looking for a new duvet set.
I highly recommend Garnet Hill.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice. Good
and Garnet Hill has excellent sales.
Ooh, even better.
Yeah. And I do like a linen.
I've had the same duvet. I was just talking to my second daughter last night. We talked for like 3 hours yesterday.
Wow. That's so
just
nice.
on FaceTime, and I kept saying like, okay, I'm gonna go have dinner. I'm gonna go make dinner now. And she's like, okay, cool.
Like,
so
I'll hang out here with you.
Carried my computer to the kitchen. She were on FaceTime, and I carried it to the table, and she ate with us.
Nice.
And I worked on Yarnia stuff after dinner, and she was.
It's like they were hanging out.
Yeah. So, but she was saying how she has like a duvet cover from Amazon that she's like, yours is so pretty, and mine looks so blah. And I'm like, well, why don't you just take mine? Because I've had it for like 8 years, and not that it's. I just am sick of looking at
You're tired of looking at it.
It's funny, I've been thinking about switching out.
That's such a privileged thing to say, right? That I just want to change it because I'm bored with it.
But it's great that you're giving, but also
But I think
like
she's so thrilled with it. Because it's
Yes.
her colors. It's like navies
That's cool.
and turquoise.
you're
It's
making her happy.
Yeah.
And you
It's
also
funny.
get to buy a
I've
new
been
one.
thinking. I love I love the way my bedroom looks and everything. But I have like a shabby chic quilt, big quilt on top of the bed. And recently I've been thinking it's time to change this out. I still love it, but I have been looking at it for years.
Right.
Yeah.
I really have. It's just not. And it was just it was probably from Target, honestly, or maybe
Yeah.
Pottery Barn.
Yeah.
Maybe Pottery Barn on sale.
Mine's from Pottery Barn.
Yeah, probably.
But it's
Anyone have scissors?
no.
No.
I don't
Oh,
even
I have
have a
scissors
project
here.
bag
I have
today.
scissors
I
here.
literally
I have
threw my
project
So-
bags, but no scissors in
You
them.
know what? We're doing
Okay.
a good job, as we always do, of like chatting about all the things.
Chit chat.
But we
yeah.
probably should start talking about finished objects.
So ask us anything in Ravelry, and I'll expound at length about
we can talk
my
about duvet
linen
covers and
preferences
yeah,
and whatnot.
I have
Um,
lots of opinions on kids.
So does anyone have any finished objects? Because I do not.
We can
I
talk about what we're
do.
wearing. And
Oh,
Amanda's
yes.
got
Oh,
one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, what
and
we're
we
wearing.
should talk about what we're wearing because we're all wearing stuff.
Because it's finally cold.
Yeah,
It's
it
finally
is.
sweater
Chilly.
and
I mean,
shawl weather. Oh.
I am still also wearing Birkenstocks, so it's not that cold.
You're kind of cooling off at the feet
Right.
and heating up at the top.
That way I don't overheat when I'm wearing my sweater.
Yeah, there you go.
Right?
Just like at Rhinebeck, all the full length sweaters and then shorts. Saturday,
Oh,
very
Smart
clever.
choice.
Very
I would have
clever.
so warm on
died.
Saturday.
It was so hot.
It was crazy.
Um,
I was hot even with my linen cotton Zoe ranunculus.
Yeah.
Oh.
It really was. And a light, like a light denim jacket, like light and loose. But
And
yeah.
still-
It was windy. It was really windy all day
windy.
Saturday. That was the crazy
Yeah.
thing. It
Yeah.
really was.
yeah.
Very
The
weird
wind
weather.
now blows Teddy's hair.
Oh,
Aw. So
little
cute.
belly. All right, so finished objects. Kathleen.
So I am wearing a Nightshift by Andrea Mowry,
Ooh.
done in. I will stand up and turn, but
It's so
Ah,
pretty.
I love this one. You picked awesome colors.
thank you,
Did.
thank you.
That is in.
This is Noro Silk Garden and Silk Garden Solo. I'll take it off so I can kind of
So you can
hold
hold
it
it show.
open.
Oh, and you have a jewel closure on it,
I do.
Yes.
which
Yes.
is so handy because that's how you can take off and style a shawl. It's like a little leather wrap with a closure, and we have a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Great.
So I used one color of the Noro Silk Garden for the background. I just used, I don't know, like 4 skeins of that. And then I picked out 3 complementary Silk Garden Solo colors. And we've got kind of the yellow, the olive, and the blue.
Oh yeah.
And we
so
do still have a
pretty.
couple of kits of this left. A few people really loved it and wanted to make it. So we've
No, it's
got
such a
some
good idea.
kits of
I
that.
love it.
Because then you don't.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's-
Then
I don't
you
know.
have to manage because when I did mine, I managed 6 balls of
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
like all different colors of Silk Garden.
Mm-hmm.
But with
Which is here.
Yeah.
Here, and the
Behind
solos
me.
are here. Yep.
the solo is the solid colors.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's such
I
a
love
great pattern to play with, like, color and scraps, because you could pick, like, you do your Silk Garden colors, and if you have scraps that are about the same weight, you can finish up a ball with
Yeah,
that, and
yeah.
then go back to the Noro, or go to this, that, and the other
Mhm.
thing. And so we have kits of that, but don't we have other kits?
We
of
have
that too,
kits
right?
there was another one that I did inspired by one of our customers and
Yeah.
friends. One of our Karen Bees. a couple of Karen Bees
We do have a couple
associated
of
with the store. She did one with Silk Garden Solo in mushroom as
Oh,
the
the
background, which
neutral.
actually that
Oh,
has
and
been
you did one too, right?
yeah, I did. I totally copied it. I mean, I did slightly different accent colors, but we have a really similar palette. So mushroom is no longer available, but this is pretty similar.
Oh.
It's just like a light neutral, and then basically you just pick whatever pops you want to go with it.
Which would be
And
so pretty.
so the aqua worked well
Oh,
with it.
cute.
You could do red. I of course chose all autumnal colors, and actually for these we did more the actually it was kind of the opposite. Like this, the light one I had the solid as the background, and the multis were the changing ones. Yeah.
So this is a great, like, taupey to gray to grayish.
Yeah.
And that's such a wearable colorway to pull from.
It is. It
too,
really
because
is.
you don't have, if you're a little afraid of color,
Mhm.
you can still get the same effect.
Yeah. And what I wound up doing when I did this one, I would use one of these for a little while, and then if I didn't like the way the color was changing, I just broke the yarn and picked up something else. And it worked so well in that shawl. I wish I almost brought them with me too, and I was like, no, that's okay. But we do have a kit put together. Shall I go grab that?
Yeah, sure.
Grab it and show everybody that, because they're right here, actually right behind the camera.
Right behind the camera. And the kits are such a handy way to do it, because if you're like, I want to make something and it looks cool, but I get overwhelmed with choices. Hi, me. Overwhelmed with choices. Then the kids are kind of like, oh look, here are choices made for you.
Here's Amanda's, which is a store sample, actually.
Yes.
So this is the kit that is, reflection and crunching. So this is the kit that is basically to make the one that...
focusing on my face.
Oh, there you go. I got it. There we go. This is the one to make the one that I'm wearing, and then this is the kit that is one whole side is just the neutral background, and then we've got some pops of color in Silk Garden as well. So both of those, are they still on our website, Amanda? I forget.
I don't remember.
We can. I'll make a note to check, because we can put them back if
this
they're
is
not.
mine, and I just played with colors.
Yeah,
I just picked
so
6
fun.
that I liked, and my oldest daughter is kind of this whenever we don't have it in the store anymore. I mean, I love it, but I have a lot of shells, and she's just like a Noro.
Yeah, she's such a Noro girl.
Yeah, she loves her Nora. Yeah, so that's the Nightshift. So that's your is that your only finished object?
Yeah, I have no new finished objects.
I am wearing the Felix sweater by Amy Christoffers. Shocker.
That's our mandatory. Someone has to be wearing a Felix.
Someone has to be wearing a Felix.
I wore mine. I wore mine the other day. What, was it cold on Sunday? I don't remember. I had it on for a little while.
It was chilly on Sunday.
In the morning.
Yes. Yeah.
I wore it on Saturday when it was hot, and that's when I
Yeah.
texted or I put it on Instagram because I was wearing my Felix
Yeah.
and walked to town with the kids, and I was like, it was like 78, which is even warm for a wool sweater for me.
I was going to say, even
Yeah,
for
that's-
Alabama
that's-
girl.
Yes.
Pretty warm. Actually, Haley was here this weekend. She did not get to go to Rhinebeck with me, but she took the train home on Thursday. It was amazing. I picked her up at 8 o'clock right at our station down the street.
Oh, perfect.
Isn't that so cool?
That's so fantastic.
She texted me. She's never done like Amtrak by herself before. She did it once with a friend. They went to visit somebody at a school in Rhode Island, so that was good. She kind of knew the basic scope, but yeah, she got into Penn Station. She texted me, my train is here. And then I was giving her the whole scope about, all right, New Jersey Transit is here. You've done that. You know where it is, whatever. 4 minutes later, she texted me, I'm on the Montclair train.
Oh, perfect.
She went up the stairs. There was a sign for New Jersey Transit, Montclair train track 1. She went down the stairs. It was like literally the next track.
Oh,
That's
awesome.
amazing.
It was crazy. I couldn't literally 4-minute timestamp later. It was so crazy.
That's fantastic.
So yeah, we got to hang out Thursday night.
Oh.
We had a nice dinner on Friday. Saturday I went to Rhinebeck. She went to the Harry Styles concert.
Atta girl.
That's why she came home. And then Sunday I drove her to Newark Penn because the train doesn't run here on the weekends.
Yeah.
So runs to Hoboken.
By the time when I left to drive her, it still is not like they're only every 2 hours.
Yes,
it's just such a lousy
drives
schedule.
me crazy. Drives me crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had my Felix on driving her there. By the time I was driving home, I was like peeling it off. Like it's too hot. It's too hot.
I know. So today's
a good day.
Today is a good day.
Today's a good day for
it might be a
Rollins,
little warm for me midday, but if I have to go pick up, I don't have to go pick up Ollie until he has an after school thing. So it might be cooler again by the time I have to do pick up.
Yeah.
So mine is in Lucky Tweed.
One of our faves.
One of our faves. And I'm
It's
marking
one
with
more
here.
shelf away. I forgot where it was.
Yeah, and I wear this all the time.
And
I think I need another one.
Colors.
Yes.
We're out of a lot of colors.
I figured we were
So in
pretty low on
Amanda's
things,
yarn shopping spree for Yarnia, there's some more Lucky Tweed if you want to make your Felix.
Well, it's not here yet. It will be soon.
It will be soon.
There
As
will
soon
be.
as it's in, it'll be in inventory.
And I remember, because the yardage on Lucky Tweed is great, I
210.
remember thinking that I would need more skeins than I did for this, because I'm one of the larger
It's probably
sizes.
5. It's probably 5 skeins, right?
And I did make it like slightly cropped, but not much. I think
You may have done 4.
I may have done 4.
Mine was 5, and I made it full length and full length sleeves and everything. The one I just finished. And
I didn't do full length sleeve.
I didn't even finish the 5th skein, so I bet yours was 4.
I think mine was 4.
And Haley's a small size was 3.
Yeah.
It was and easily 3, like not even like I was running out. I don't think.
Yeah.
Who knows? It all
That's
blends
awesome.
together after a while.
It all runs together. So this is my only finished object for.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my Damejakka Loppa.
So pretty. I love that
Your
one.
steaked
My
Damejakka Loppa.
Damejakka.
Mhm.
Yeah, and this is made out of phenol guard by Rama,
Mhm.
and which is a fingering weight yarn.
Fingering
Maybe
to
sportish,
sport.
heavy fingering,
Mhm.
like sportish. You could. It's not superwash, and it's woolen spun, so it's really gauge flexible.
Yeah. It'll
But-
compress down or poof up.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, I always run cold, and because you can see the little fleas all the way
Mhm.
down. It actually gives you a lot more warmth to have those
Oh, for
extra
sure.
strands
Yep.
in here.
It's
And I
like a
was chilling this
double
morning.
layer fabric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't wear a coat or any jacket or at all this morning. I'm just wearing my Damejakka Loppa.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yay. I gotta say, fall jackets bug me. I never wear them. I always feel like I'm like, if I'm cold or I'm too hot, and then I have to carry it, and I'm like, meh. So I'd much rather wear a sweater.
Yeah.
Yay.
I wear a
Much rather
sweater,
wear a
or occasionally when it gets really chilly, a shawl with a denim jacket.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, or like a sweater and a shawl, and then I'm like, I'm hot, and then I take off the shawl.
I was just cold yesterday. I wore a shawl and a winter coat.
Oh my goodness, I was wearing my Birkenstocks again, my sandals, because I was like, oh, my feet are a little cold. Oh well.
Yeah.
Do you have any other finished
I
objects?
do
Amanda?
have finished objects.
That's right.
She's
Where'd
good.
they go?
We're slacking.
Oh, on top
Oh,
of
they're
the
on top,
Nora. Yeah.
Yay! So I
Sorry.
finished my Prosecco
Yay!
Hat.
So pretty.
Yay! I finished it. It looks so cute on. I'll put on this one. This one is mine slash probably store sample for a little bit.
It's so cute.
I love it.
So yeah, this
Love
is
it,
how I
love
wear my
it.
hats. Tuck my hair behind my ears. Put it down.
Mm-hmm.
So cute and slouchy.
Very cute.
Love it.
So
Really cute.
I put this on. I have a 22-inch head circumference.
Mm-hmm.
It fits me great. Eric has this little tiny dancer from last time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so he has a 21-inch head circumference.
Kids have huge heads.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it fits him. And my husband tried it on, and it stretched and fit him, but I was like, that's
It's a little too stretched.
Yeah, so he said, like, sometimes if you have a hat that's stretchy, it'll compress your head and give you a headache.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was like, this is fine, because the
The yarn is so soft.
It's
so
soft and flexible, because that
Yeah.
construction, the chain-neck construction really stretches, like the
For sure.
fibers are very stretchy. So he was fine with it, but it looked stretchy, so I went ahead and also made a larger size.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this size is too large on me.
That's a little too large.
You
Wait,
want
I have
me to try it on?
I was gonna say, Kathleen and I both have
we
giant heads.
Mhm.
But yes, I made
Yeah.
him a manly
Try
gray
yours
hat.
Nice. I'm looking for where the join is.
Oh, I would totally wear.
Yeah.
This size fits my giant head.
Yeah,
But this
it's
is
stretchy.
probably more comfortable.
Yeah.
This fits comfortably.
Yeah, could
This-
be.
Yeah.
What cast on
What
did
do
you
you
use?
think?
I use long tail.
Okay. I would probably use German twisted. Because my long tail doesn't stretch as much as your long tail.
Right.
I did.
My
so
I didn't
cute.
I didn't
I like it.
specify. I
Okay.
said cast on because
Yeah.
everybody has different preferences when it comes to which
I
cast
was-
on they prefer for a
I was
hat.
thinking a tubular would look pretty, but also I just
It
did
would.
long tail. Shall we transition into work
Sure,
in progress?
yeah, because that's my
So-
only finished object. Because I finished this
Well,
and I
there's
finished
two. Yay.
I finished writing up the pattern,
Yeah.
Which
Phase
I'm
one.
testing.
which is testing.
And
Thank
I will
goodness,
be testing.
because it needs edits. This is my first pattern ever to write up.
But
and,
that's
like,
what that's what
mess
testing
things up.
does.
Exactly, that's what testing. And also, part of it is like, is it clear? Like, it makes sense
Yeah.
to you, but does it make sense to other people?
Right.
All of
Makes
those kind
sense
of
in my
things.
brain.
So, yeah, as you may see, if you, I don't know if you can tell the difference.
Yeah.
My little bubbles line up where Amanda's are offset, and
Oops.
um,
I wrote it wrong.
either she wrote it wrong or I missed it in the pattern. So we will figure that out.
I'm
Yes.
gonna say, as one who did not make one yet, they both look cute.
They do both look cute, yeah. Mine looks more like bricks, yours look more like bubbles. I like the
Yes.
bubbles. I like the bubbles. And also, these guys have said they like my colors. I would be happier with the gray a little lighter. So I think I am going to rip back and do it with a lighter gray. I just like more contrast between the two colors.
Yeah.
I like it to really look like 3 values.
Yeah.
As part of it. So anyway, it's been really fun to work on, and actually I was working on it earlier, and then I was getting to the complicated row, but then I realized if I'm going to rip back, it's kind of pointless for me to be knitting on this now.
Don't work on it now.
Yeah.
I'm also actually working on a 16-inch needle, which I so rarely do.
Oh,
but
wow.
I thought with this, I do magic glue for virtually everything. I just felt like with this kind of pattern, it might be easier. It might be easier
You
on
don't
a
have
16.
to worry about the divide.
So
and all
we
that.
will see. We will see.
These are, I think, the colors that I'm going to do mine in.
That's really pretty.
Which, the 2 dark ones are a little close,
They're
but
pretty close.
I might pick I might do like,
Like these are 2 different values, which in
They're
person
subtle.
you can definitely
In person
see
you
them.
can see it,
Yeah, but
I
this
think
is
yours are
dark
even
gray.
closer, Jen.
I think mine are even closer, and
And
it's
black.
just a question, but I'm not sure if I swap one out, I would swap out this one.
And actually, do you know what? I bet you could just do it in 2.
I wonder what.
You could.
You could do it in
Yeah.
2. You want to test the
Maybe.
2-color version?
Maybe I'll test
See
the
how much
2-color
yarn you
version.
use?
Maybe I'll have
Yeah.
to. I have to mull it over. I'm
Mull.
clearly.
Time to
This
mull.
is the yarn that I was like, did I buy this? I don't know if I got this. Maybe I did. I knew I had one color.
I've weighed my yarn, but there is definitely going to be some mitts.
Yeah.
And
I know.
a cowl. Because
Yum.
I think that would be really lovely.
That would
I have
be
a
fun.
whole Prosecco set.
I love it. Very nice.
But the
I
hat's
love
going to
it.
come first. So.
Do it.
Very
yes,
nice.
yes.
Excellent.
So sort of
All right.
mitts and cowls might be teacher gifts.
Oh yeah, that would be a
Yeah.
perfect teacher
Because
gift.
a hat takes me with my limited time 2.5 days,
Okay,
which is a good gift
Yeah,
knit time.
that is a
Definitely.
good
It's a
timeline.
worsted hat.
It's a
Yeah.
worsted weight hat, and those go quick.
Mm-hmm.
So Kathleen, what other whips do you have?
My other whip is something you're working on also. The sweater from your throwback class.
Yay!
Yeah.
So I
More
got
lucky tweed.
more lucky tweed, lucky tweed all the time. I finished the body.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm really
that
happy
looks
with
it. Sunset.
So nice.
Yeah, I'm really. It's so 70s. It's really.
I love it. Thank
That's
you.
so awesome.
I'm really happy. I'm really, really happy with it.
Okay.
So,
You guys
mine
you're gonna
is
have to hold up yours too. Maybe we'll take.
Wait,
I
wait,
can.
wait.
Well,
No, I can do it. I can
put
do it.
mine on, but so fun.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, I can do. I'll do the not interrupted.
Yeah. See?
But yeah, and so I'm really happy that I changed to the orange spice from the
orange.
tomato.
Yeah.
It just is enough more difference in value from the black that it pops.
Yeah.
I want to. You know, we talked about this last time. I love yours because it's very, it's low contrast color work. It's
Super low
gorgeous.
contrast.
It's a different feel. I wanted
Yeah.
that kind of 70s kind of vintagey pop.
Well, and that's the
So-
hardest. That I think was the hardest thing about this was trying to decide:
Mm-hmm.
did I want kind of like soft, low contrast? Did I want a higher contrast? Because they both look awesome.
They both look good.
Yeah.
So you know
And
what's
it was
going to
like,
happen
which one?
eventually.
You can
I'm going to
make
make a
that.
low contrast and you're going to make a high contrast.
Yeah, exactly.
So, because when you love yarn and a pattern, it's like you've got to make it more than once.
Right. You could totally do that.
So, and also there's still the Lasco. That's what I'm thinking of would be
Oh,
so
the
delicious
Lasco
for this.
worsted.
So we'll see. And maybe I would do a Lasco body and like some just random things
Yeah,
for my.
just like leftovers for the colors.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
It looks to be
great.
determined. But thank you so much. I'm really happy with it. I did 10 inches and then 4 inches of ribbing. So
Nice.
mine is a bit longer than the pattern calls for, but it hits at the point on my hip where I like it.
Yeah.
And and that's about it. Oh, and I did.
What kind of ribbon did you do?
I did
you
3x3
do
ribbon.
3x3?
The 4x4 is just. I mean,
4x4
3x3 is
too
already.
much for me.
3x3 is already pretty giant.
Yeah.
4x4, not whatever. That's one of the
preference,
things,
right?
You do what works for you.
Yeah.
I think it still has that feeling of being really big, chunky rib
Yes.
without being so big and chunky that to me it almost was like cartoony.
Yeah.
Not for me. Just not for
Right.
me. If you love it, I'm glad you love it.
I
Everyone
changed
should
my
do what they
ribs
love.
to what I like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
always change your ribs to what you like. I think
Yeah.
this was one of a few patterns, the Felix, that I actually did as written,
Mm-hmm.
and did not change the rib or the cast on.
Mm-hmm.
No, partially because the pattern called for a ribbon cast on that I also prefer.
Right. Yeah.
But that's not often the case.
I saw. What is her first name? Is it Amy Christoffers?
Yes.
Yes.
I saw her at Rhinebeck, but I didn't realize it was her till after she was gone.
Oh,
Because
no.
otherwise I would have said how we love her patterns and we've made so many of them.
We have made so
love it.
many.
Yeah,
So
and it
many.
was funny because
Well, and the Noro
And the Nora
that I
one.
made. Yeah.
Yes, that's Amy Christoffers too.
There's a few more.
I
know we've
made
talked
the one that was originally the baby cockle shell. I forget what the adult version was
Oh yeah.
called.
yeah.
So we've made a
It's
bunch of
not
her
cockle
patterns.
shell. It's
Yeah.
Amanda will put it in
The baby
here.
one was cockle shell, right?
Yeah.
I remember.
The baby one is
Right.
cockle shell.
I remember
and
when-
the adult one is something else.
The one with the diamonds down the back.
Oh, the
Yes.
one that I always think. Shoot.
Amanda will find
Yes.
it and
I'll
put it
find
in
it, don't
here,
worry.
or someone will comment on it and
That's
remember it.
that's what I do. Is
I'll put
look
cockle
things
shell
up
adult.
afterwards.
I'll
Cockle
try
shell
to
adult.
remember. This is why I make notes. Try to
I
remember
know.
what to send Amanda.
Because if it's not written down, it doesn't exist. This is the hard realization I came to.
Is it something farm or something?
in my 30s? now.
Savage Heart.
Savage Heart.
That is it.
See, I would not win on Jeopardy. That was way too slow, but I did eventually come up with it.
You would have been like, bing, 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 bing. What is that guy who's always wearing pants? What's his name? Oh, wait,
Waldo.
that's me.
Waldo.
No, I have had that conversation
Savage
with
Heart.
my friend Amy, where I'm like, who's that guy that I don't like who's always wearing the pants and he looks like the guy who died? And she's like, oh, John Hurt. And I was like, yes, thank you.
It's fun when your friends understand
She
all
knew
your
exactly
references, right?
what I
That's
was
so
talking
funny.
about. And I was like, because we share a brain.
Yeah.
Do you have any more whips?
I do. Well, that's all I brought. These
That's all you
are
brought,
my
okay.
two actors.
Yeah.
I was so happy that I got this to this point.
I'm impressed.
We had
That's
class
great.
off.
Well before me.
Well, I was like, I'm gonna knit on this till I finish the body because and also I forgot we didn't have class last weekend.
You weren't the only one.
Well, until I was almost. I think I was just about to the ribbing, and I'm like, I'm just gonna finish this. This
You're
is
like,
silly, and then I'll be done, and then I
Yeah.
can test Amanda's hat and things.
Exactly.
So-
Then you can move on.
And I did bring what I worked on the way to and from Rhinebeck was my hitchhiker, which was fun. I've done.
Perfect.
I've
Yeah,
got
that's
like
a good travel project.
almost 3 of those done.
Yeah.
3 balls of the 4, so that was
That's
good.
great. You're cranking along on that.
Crank along on that. I have to get back to the Christmas stockings.
I know. We're coming up on holiday time. That is actually an excellent reminder. We have kits, right?
We do have kits.
We
Yes.
have kits. So
Are they on our website though? I don't know if they are.
They are.
They are.
But
Of course
I don't
they
know
are.
if there's pictures. I think there might all be.
there are.
I'll have to check and see.
All right,
Anyway,
well,
If there is a picture of one kit, for sure,
So-
that's the cover picture. But I don't know if I have pictures of all the.
You
we
can
don't have-
always contact us.
Yes.
Call when the shop is open, or send an email saying, "Tell me again which Christmas stocking kits you have." Because if you would like to make a Christmas stocking,
Now is the
someone,
time to
now
start.
is the time to do it. Although I will say, I've given many a holiday gift on the needles.
But a
and then
stocking is one of
immediately
those
taking
things,
it back.
you know,
But a stocking, you want to be
you
able
probably
to
want
fill.
to be able to hang up.
Right.
But
And
so
then-
you can just tie your needles together like that.
That's true. Draw shit
It
in the
depends whether
Hang
it's
it
bottom
on.
up or top down, honestly.
Right.
Most of them are top down.
Bottom up. Otherwise,
Put it-
all the toys fall off the box.
Put a Target bag inside and then just fill that and then wrap the yarn around.
There you go.
I would do that.
There's a thing.
Depending on who it was for.
Maybe I'll give myself a goal of finishing one of them, or at least doing the color work on one of them by next episode.
Yeah. I have to say, those Christmas stocking kits are quite reasonable.
Oh, the kits
Oh,
are
yeah.
the kits are great.
The kits are awesome.
The reason I have not done mine is and this is a commission. Every year I say I'm not going to do it again, and every year somebody has a heartbreaking story, and I went to
And you're
make
like,
more Christmas stockings.
I will do it for you. Like, they can't go without again.
But it's a different family every year. Last year they were the most giant Christmas stockings I've ever seen. Never mind made.
Well, I
and
remember
made
those.
two.
They looked great.
They were like 4 feet long.
Yeah,
They were really huge.
I like that kind of stuff.
These are like normal size stockings, but I have to come up with a chart for a train and a car. That's at the
Oh.
right gauge.
I may have a chart for a train somewhere. I'll look.
I have one printed out on my desk at home, but it's just one of those, is it the right gauge? Do I need to alter it? And
How's
like,
it
you
gonna
know the way
look?
sometimes when you hit one of those little stumbling blocks in a project,
Yeah.
and then you put it aside for 6 months.
Oh,
That's
yes.
exactly what happens. That is
And then
exactly
you're
what
like,
happened.
oh my god, it's the end of October.
It's
I
the
have a
middle of
Rowan
October.
sweater that's been set aside since last January.
Hi, my comfort fade cardigan. So let's go sleeves. 4 years.
It'll happen. It will happen.
Well, I did finish one of those recently. What was the one? What was the one that I
don't remember.
Oh.
I don't remember anything.
It was on hold forever.
Yes, you did. Your black sweater.
Your black sweater.
Yes, my Devonshire. See,
Yes.
so some really hibernating things do come back and get finished.
Well,
and
actually,
then I kissed on a second black sweater.
I
which is
have
really
something
kind of crazy.
that has been hibernating for not a long time, but a little bit. Oh, I'm almost out of my yarn. That's good. Do you have any more whips?
No, I didn't. None that I brought.
So I will talk.
I will stop talking now.
First, I will go through my throwback.
Yeah, so
which
pretty.
is Lucky Tweed as well.
Mm-hmm.
And this side is going to be the steeped side. And so I'm working on the body. And then
I love that mossy green. So
yeah. And before I cast off, I'll probably mark where my steek stitches are using a little bit of waste yarn so I know where I'm cutting and so I don't go, ooh.
How are the Germantown ones coming out?
Beautiful.
Yeah?
Yes. Really, really nice.
We're getting, Germantown has new gray heather.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty.
Maybe I'll make a throw over or another one of these in Germantown with the heathers.
It's funny. I was thinking about throwovers too.
I've
the
made
throwover is
so many Germantown things, but I've never made a Germantown sweater.
I bet it would be so lovely.
It would be so nice.
Do it.
So the throwover is the pullover version of throwback.
Yeah.
It would look like this. This is the backside. And like this.
Yeah.
With no button downs. So yeah, it'll look like a steeped throwback. So I have this, which I'm almost at the end of one skein of yarn. This is actually 2 skeins of the main color. That's it.
Oh.
I know, really. It's
really, and I am making a large size.
Mm-hmm. I know, I was
51
impressed
plus,
by
something like that.
Yeah, I forget how much.
And obviously I have a ton of the contrast colors left because it's contrast colors, right? That's how that rolls.
I think I'm making the same size, and I've got this much left of my 4th ball of black.
Yeah.
So I think I can finish this in 5 of the main, and I'm making like the 50-inch bust, I think.
Yeah. I mean, Lucky Tweed has great yardage. It feels delightful.
It does.
It's delicious. I mean, I was away this past weekend up at Cape Cod with a few friends, and they were all like, "What is that yarn?" And I was like, "Yes, you too can."
Yes.
Yeah.
But speaking of hibernating for a while and then coming back,
I remember that bag.
I remember this bag. So this is the Avalanche, which I think I mentioned last podcast.
Yes,
I'm still on I have not done anything yet. I brought it with me and then didn't work on it. I worked on the shiny new one.
Of course.
But I'm almost done with one sleeve. I literally have like 2 rows to go on one sleeve. I just need to finish the one sleeve. And then I actually had a dream that I was like, oh no, I'm on the 2nd sleeve. And no, I'm not on the 2nd sleeve. I'm on the 1st sleeve. So I still have the 2nd sleeve to do. But it'll be just in time for like super warm weather. For super cold weather.
Yeah,
when I need a warm.
Yeah.
No, you barely need a winter coat of that.
Oh yeah, no, I won't.
Because it's not super wash either, so it's going to be good and
so
insulating.
Cozy and warm and has ventilation holes in the form of lace down the front. And then I was picking... Strategy. It might be more of a psychological thing than an actual thing.
Whatever.
It works.
I think it's ventilation.
I think it's ventilation. And so I had shown these just a couple minutes ago. I think this is going to be my Prosecco
green.
Hat. Oh my!
Green.
This is teal. That's not green. This is green.
Yeah, but teal is your other color after green and gray.
Oh yeah, no, straight up. Straight up. I'm like, is there any question I'm going to pick teal? No.
No, not
And
really.
like a blue-gray? Shocker. So let's see. Oh, and I have one more thing, which I should mention. If you got our newsletter from this past week, you saw that Clementine, our circular knitting machine from Erlbacher, the lovely people there. I've been practicing on some of my stash, and we are now cranking sock tubes. So I want to show you a few.
Hashtag cranked by Clementine.
Cranked by Clementine. Isn't that the cutest thing? That was a good idea that Kathleen wrote down.
Love it. I'm writing down now.
Writing it down.
I think I wrote it on a piece of paper.
Yes, cranked by Clementine. So the orange is the waist yarn. So when you crank a sock tube...
I just love that you use orange for the waist yarn too.
Of course you did.
They sent it. So Clementine
I thought
is
what they
orange.
said was more gold.
Well, first
Did
they
they
sent first they sent gold, and then they sent us a cone of orange.
Oh, my
waist
goodness.
yarn.
Oh, that's excellent.
They're so sweet.
It matches
So sweet and so thoughtful.
the custom
it does.
sparkly powder coat on Clementine.
It does.
Amazing.
So this is a stash yarn that I've had for seriously like 15 years, and it's knit circus. We don't currently carry it. I don't think they wholesale at all, but this is a self-striping one. So,
Fun. My goodness.
I cranked
That's super
this
cute.
in
That's a good holiday color.
maybe 20 minutes.
Good.
Maybe. So the nice thing
Which
is,
imagine how many hours of knitting that would be.
how many hours,
Just
and
around
it's
and around
it was
and
2 matching skeins, and I just went one right after the other, separated with waist yarn.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are interested in getting any yarn that either you have or yarn purchased from Yarnia, cranked into a sock tube, ready for your afterthought heels and toes, you can go onto our website, shopyarnia.com, or you can come in the store.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in the store, and
In the area.
fingering weight sock yarns for Yarnia, the tubes are $20 for yarn purchased at Yarnia, and $25 for kind of a bring your own yarn.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then about 7 to 10 days processing time, which
That's
may
the
be
current processing time.
current. It may be a little bit quicker, depending.
Yeah, it'll be quicker
Or
if
if we
possible.
get overwhelming.
Or if we get
response.
overwhelming response, we may need to
we
adjust
may need
that.
to slow it down a little
Yeah.
more, but
But if you want to talk holiday gifts,
Yeah.
these suckers,
and we did actually one of the people
fingerless
who came in,
mitts.
Yeah, one of the people who came in yesterday to drop off some skeins from her stash for winding was like, and when is that afterthought heel class?
Yes.
So
we
do
will
wanna
be
put that
putting
on the
an
calendar.
afterthought heel
Yeah.
class. I need to
Mhm.
just check my calendar once I get past Ollie's birthday is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got to get past Ollie's birthday, and then.
And do you think you would do that by Zoom so we could have people from everywhere join?
I would
Do you
do
think
it by
that makes
Zoom.
sense?
Can we do one in store? and one by
Yes,
Zoom?
we can absolutely
That's a
do
great-
one in
mhm.
store. We'll do one in store. We'll do one by Zoom, and then I just need to write up a handout. So here's a question: what of the afterthought heels? I can't go through like all like 8 versions of
No.
afterthought heel in one class. But which ones are folks most interested in? There's a classic wedge toe and the variations of that.
Mm-hmm.
There's the star heel, which fits high insteps really well.
That's the one I
Mhm.
wanted.
And then there are all different other kinds of heels. But I was
Yeah,
thinking
from
the
your
wedge
soft
and the
exploration.
star are going to be both
Yeah.
the easiest to teach, the easiest to learn,
And fit 2 different kinds of feet,
and
right?
and the most variable, the most
Uh-huh.
adjustable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay, sounds good.
Does that
I think you have
sound
your
good?
plan. Yeah.
I think that sounds good. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm really interested in the star heel.
Mhm.
Because then if there's interest, and guys, comment below if you guys have interest on this. I mean, obviously I'll do like a video series of talking about the different heels, but like if
Based
you guys
on the giant sock exploration project.
based on the giant
Sock
sock exploration. Oh, that's a good one.
Didn't we say that already?
No, I don't think so.
I
No,
didn't. That was a
otherwise
great
we're
idea.
oh
Oh my lord!
right in sock exploration. So based on that
Maybe someone else
project,
used
like
it,
maybe if there's interest, I would totally do like a deep dive where we talk about like a heel a week and like a longer
Oh yeah.
run of video classes, because it will be more me like talking at you and showing you how to do it. But anyway, comment below. Sorry, now I'm rambling. But like, look, how cute would these be as fingerless mitts?
So cute.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You could literally, actually, if you wanted to be like a dead easy, you're looking for that Hanukkah gift. A dead easy Hanukkah gift.
which is coming up in like a little more than a month.
Coming up, get a tube, snip it in the middle, so you have 2 tubes, and then just bind off, and you have like a little roll
roll edge hem.
roll edge hem. You don't even need a thumb
Yeah.
for that high schooler in your life,
Yeah.
or college girl.
Pretty in pink.
Pretty in pink.
Very
Oh my
pretty in
God.
pink.
Yeah.
I would wear these. So
We're gonna bring it back. We're gonna start the craze.
yes. So Clementine will be in store as soon as I can wedge an hour into my husband's day and make him carry it.
I was thinking, do you think you and I could carry it, or you really need him?
It's 45 pounds, just the top part. I need him to.
Okay, all right. Yeah, we don't want to hurt it either. We want to.
No, I need him to get it out of the house.
Yeah. Mhm.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, this is no problem." I'm like, "Great, when are you free?"
Just get it in my car, please.
I'm gonna nag you. So yeah, so that's my last whip.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Amanda.
I have 2. I've been knitting away this whole time on my dad's sweater, which, as we recall last week,
The sweater
had
emergency.
a big part over here and a tiny part over here.
Yay!
And now I
You're
have a
totally
big part
reversed.
here and a tiny part
Yeah,
here.
you're almost
there.
back.
That looks so great.
You're almost
Yeah,
back to where
I
you
am
so
almost back.
close.
Yeah, and actually, I've been measuring, and I when we started this podcast, I had 2 inches left, and I had 2 inches left on this, and now I have about an inch left.
Right.
So I've knit about an inch as we're sitting here. But
Yeah.
this is bigger than my dad. So I'm really glad that I didn't. This is like much more his size.
That's much better.
Good, good, good.
And you're farther up because
He's not much
it was
bigger
wider.
than me. Like he's like a men's. He's a small side of men's medium. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
That's going to be gorgeous. It looks so much better.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. The other one was
And this is the
almost
thing.
Jeff's
Like,
size.
we like knitting, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We like knitting. This
Yeah,
is the thing we like. So
we
having
like
to
knitting. We
reknit
also
something
like
is okay.
giving holiday presents on time, which now I've lost 2 weeks of knitting time, which is I'm getting a little nervous about that. But
I don't care about giving holiday presents on time.
Well,
Also, I mean, it's probably got to ship them and everything,
I do
right?
have to
yeah.
ship them.
So that's
Yeah.
part
That's
of it,
true.
too.
that
My
means
mom's
I
little
have until December 22nd, and I can still expedite.
Yes.
But
So by the time the podcast goes up, about 2 months.
yeah, it
Yeah.
should be okay.
You'll get there.
But I still have my mom to do too. I've been working on the buttonhole. I'm pretty much done with the next section, like the body decreases,
Mhm.
and then it starts the body increases in the flat part for the bottom, and that's the last section of the top.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to finish the bodies for October.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a good plan.
That could be ambitious.
I think you could do that.
Maybe 2 podcasts. I'll finish. Maybe it'll take me another month to finish. 4 weeks to do the bodies, but
But this is a bottom up, right?
it is a bottom up. But after this, it switches to brioche,
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
and because I'm going to do the Oshima for him.
Mm-hmm.
However, my gauge is wrong, so I have to redo the math for the whole top and make sure like the brioche decreases are in the right place.
Mhm.
So I need a Seisha console.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I need a Seisha console super bad.
She is our brioche queen.
Yes. And then,
Brioche master.
yeah, once I know
Mhm.
what, I mean, I don't think it's too challenging because it's just making sure that the decreases on the front are in the right place.
Mhm.
Once I do that, then I'm just, I think it's knit flat above the sleeve divide.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the back
And
is
you just
easy.
join the shoulders.
You just
Yeah.
continue doing brioche.
Right, just goes up.
You just go straight.
Yeah.
Yep, that makes sense.
And then the front, I need some help with making sure that the decrease is in the right spot.
Mhm.
But then I'm going to do the contiguous sleeve, so
Love
that's
that.
going to
Pick it
be
up
easier.
and-
yeah.
That goes so much quicker
Yeah,
too.
it does.
So I'm not worried,
Yeah.
and the sleeves are just flat stockinette.
Yeah.
Same with my mom's sweater, also contiguous sleeves, and those are also going to be plain
And
stockinette.
are you gonna knit? You're gonna knit them flat or knit them in the round?
Oh, in the round.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
Are
Which
you
I
going to
think
do
is
a
also
faux
easier.
seam?
I don't
So
know.
it has that
I'm going to do
structure?
what
You can- you can do
I'm gonna
that
do
at
what
the
the pattern
end.
calls for.
Yeah. That pattern seems exceptionally well, like,
I'm just
well
gonna
put
do-
and tailored.
Yeah.
On that, on my mom's sweater, I'm going to do what the pattern says because they have put a lot more thought into it
Mm-hmm.
than I'm going to.
Yeah.
On this one, I'm sure that the designer also put a lot of thought into it. Jared Flood put a lot of thought in this, but I am changing the gauge.
You're mashing
I'm changing
up.
the pattern,
Yeah, you're doing.
and I really don't want to do bottom-up seamed set-in sleeves.
Oh, God, no.
No.
Flat bottom-up
Never.
set-in sleeves. I'm
Never
not-
again.
Oh.
I don't really want to do that.
If they're stockinette sleeves, there is no reason to do that.
No, exactly.
Even if you want the seam for structure, you can still knit them in the
You can
round
make
and
it,
do a
yeah.
faux seam after the
Mhm.
fact
Yeah.
in like 2 or 3 different ways.
Yeah.
My dad doesn't need a structure on his
No,
sleeve. You know,
he's
like
gonna,
it's not.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's
So
not gonna need that.
Yeah, it's not like a work sweater. It's a like wear, going out to
So
dinner
we're
or
like
whatever.
casual.
Wear by the fire.
I'm happy
Lovely.
that I'm mostly done with this.
You're
I
almost
mean,
there.
I'm mostly back to where I was.
Mhm.
Mostly done with the stockinette body.
You've done the bulk of the knitting for that sweater. You really have. If you look at like what the body is
That's
versus
true.
what the yoke and the sleeves are, you've done the bulk of the knitting already.
But this is not brain work.
That's
Mhm.
true.
It's gonna be a little more brain work.
You got a little more brain work.
But once you get the sleeves picked up, it won't be.
You'll be fine.
And
Oh,
also,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
so fun. I love doing the sleeves that way with the short rows going back and forth.
Me too.
It's very fun. Very, very potato chippy. You just want to
Yes.
keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, once I
You'll
get
be
the
done with the
sleeves, no
sleeve cap in like
And
So
then
Cardigan.
and then each sleeve probably a couple of days.
Yeah.
That's not.
Or me, 4 years. Just saying.
Yeah.
Not her. Me.
Yeah, well, I have to finish these in 2 months. So
Yeah.
There you go.
Deadline
Deadline.
shall be.
We got a lot of deadlines.
Yeah.
A lot of
So
Alright.
that's
deadline knitting.
one thing I've been working on. The other thing I've been working on, which I didn't bring my board because I don't have anything to check off yet because I'm still in progress.
You're working on it.
I'm working on it, but next time I'll bring my board because I will have a sock that is finished for
Yay.
sock bingo next
Yay.
time. So I am making a child sock
Yay.
because this is
Because you're doing magic loop.
Uh-huh.
Because you're like, how
The dreaded
quickly
magic
can I get
loop.
this done?
Yeah, so this is the Regia Snow Colors, which is a worsted weight sock yarn. I'm knitting them on a size 5, US 5. And I'm going to go down to a 3 for the rib at the top. But I measured it, so I was making this for Eric. But I didn't really, I used another pattern, right, that has like a baby, child, toddler size, whatever. And I picked the child size, but I think Eric is 7, and I think his foot is bigger than this child size. So this child size fits Charlie really well,
Perfect.
who's 3, and his preschool has already told us that they need wool socks. So I'm like,
Oh, wow.
can do.
Excellent.
That's great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, because they spend a lot of time outdoors.
They're outside all the time, and it's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, so he'll need some little wool socks in his boots. So I'm making a tube sock because also tube socks are great for a 3-year-old who's growing. If you put a heel in, that sock
It's not
he's going to
gonna fit
outgrow
very
it in
quickly.
a year and a
Yeah.
half or whatever.
Yeah.
But if it's a
Maybe
tube
even
sock,
6 months. You know,
Yeah.
like maybe.
A long tube sock, that kid can wear that for...
Yep. So I am making it
seasons.
a little bit
Yeah.
longer because tube socks can like slide down a little bit.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure it comes up on his calf and like stays put, especially under boots. Like you don't want a lot of like gap like bare leg under your boots. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You want a nice long, so you're
And then
cozy.
again, you know, even though his
Yeah.
foot's going to get wider eventually, it'll fit him for longer if you
Yeah.
the longer you make it. It'll be comfortable longer.
Yeah.
It's such a pretty color.
So I'm gonna make 3 more. Okay. Board check time. I'm still working on board number 1. We released board number 2. So
Board
that's
2 is out.
now.
Thank you,
Yay.
everyone. We had a lot of
Online.
downloads
We
after our
did.
newsletter went
Yeah.
out yesterday morning. Yay!
So I'm not on board 2 yet. I'm still working on. So I am determined to fill up board number 1.
You're going to do it.
Cool.
You're going to do the complete board,
I am
right?
not going to do board 1. I am not going to finish board 1.
So I am
that
putting everything
9-inch
that I would
circular
rather
stuff.
not do
Yeah.
in this sock. I did a Judy's Magic cast on the bottom, which I
love that.
love.
It's so fun.
Love
I
Judy's Magic
enjoy
cast
it.
on.
I don't like toe-up socks though. I did like alternating rows of increases, so sort of wedgie toe. It's on worsted yarn. I'm using magic loop,
Not your preferred style.
you know.
Poor Amanda. Pour one out for Amanda.
But look how much I did on magic
Yeah,
loop.
yeah.
I'm gonna do the other one on magic loop too, so my gauge is consistent.
Is even.
sense.
And
Yeah.
you threw a cute little cable in there.
Yes, and I put a cable on because I didn't have a cable in any of my other socks. So I just did
I love that.
a 6-stitch braid.
Mm-hmm.
So it's every other row. You have an action row, and you cross the right 2 over, and then even row, and then left 2 over, and then even row, and then right to the center.
Oh,
and then even
that's
row.
good.
Yeah.
Because
So
that
it's
way you
really
don't have
easy.
to be like,
You
wait,
have to
is
really
it
pay
4
attention
or
to what
6
you're doing.
rows
You
before
just know.
across?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a little
Yeah.
bit tighter braid, but it looks like a braid.
It looks like a braid.
It's
It looks
great.
great.
Very cute.
Yeah. So
I
that
love
was.
it.
I was looking at a lot of different braids on different, or a lot of different cables, things that I could have put in, and I'm like, I'm just gonna do this easy.
Yeah.
And I
It's
offset
really
it,
cute. Love it.
so that you can tell which foot they're supposed to go on. So this is
Uh-huh.
obviously a little right foot sock
Uh-huh.
because the braid's up the outside, and on the left side it'll be up the left side sock.
What's the over-under on how quickly he'll put them on the wrong feet?
Oh, I mean, like instantly. Although tube socks, this wool tube sock is a little bit like firm on him, so I think I'll probably have to put them on for the most part, right? Like I don't think he can do that.
Fine motor skills.
Yeah. I did learn a new increase because I started this on Knit Night on Wednesday. So one of our Knit Night folks, Dory, had a suggestion for how to do, because I was like, oh, with Magic Loop, and a worsted weight at a tight gauge. I was not looking forward to make ones.
No.
That was...
Mm-hmm.
So I was cranky. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do knit front and backs. And that's going to be it. And I don't care how it looks. Because knit front and back makes a little pearl bump.
Mm-hmm.
You get a little ridge.
Right. But Dory's like, do you know what I heard? If you knit front and then as you go to do the back, you slip it instead of purling it, you don't get a pearl bump. Look at that.
Ooh!
Very clever.
Look at that. It was super easy. It's a beautiful increase.
Very clever.
And it doesn't, and it's not, and
I always hate the pearl bump.
Right.
Yeah.
The slipping keeps it from being gappy too,
Right.
because sometimes, ooh.
Isn't that smart?
Very smart.
I'm so
Good
Dory.
job,
with
Dory. Thank you.
Yay!
I love that.
Yes. Yeah. Again, Wednesday Knit Night comes to the rescue.
Yeah.
Yep.
We have so much fun. But yes, so I started that sock last Wednesday, and it's Tuesday today, and so this has just been like as I'm in the morning, whatever, waiting for Jeff to get home from dropping the kids off from school.
Mm-hmm.
I just do a few braids, and this will be done. I was going to finish last night, and then I bought a bunch of yarn instead for the store. So I was up till 11 o'clock doing that instead of working on finishing my sock for today's podcast. But I'll
Pretty
finish
good.
it today.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Should we move on to new in store? Because we have a couple of new in store things.
Sure.
We should.
All right,
Or
you want to start?
Actually, can I talk about a soon-to-be
Yeah.
whip?
Yes.
One
Oh
of
my gosh, totally.
Activity whips.
One of my things that I got, I didn't buy a whole lot of yarn at Rhinebeck. I mostly just enjoyed seeing people, like meeting people I'd only met before on social media, seeing people again, all of
Yeah.
that. But I did get a few skeins of yarn, and one was from Lola Bean Yarn Co.
Love Lola.
I've
Bean.
never had a Lola
It
Bean, but
is
I love them.
Navy bean.
Wow.
This
It's so
feels
cute.
like MCN. This is 100% superwash merino. It feels like MCN, doesn't it?
Oh,
And her
yeah, it's so
colors
nice.
are
Her
Love
colors
this.
are so beautiful.
stunner.
And read this one. This was one of the. It was a color where it makes a donation to a good cause, which
You want to read?
the name is Leaf Voter Suppression Behind.
I
Oh,
love it.
So I love that. And you know what? I've been wanting to make a Musselburgh. I have how many skeins? I probably have, I don't know, 100 skeins of fingering in my stash.
Yeah.
Maybe.
wow.
Yeah, probably.
Because fingering is also one of those.
It's so
where you're
easy
like,
to buy. It's like
Yes.
the.
There are a lot
Yeah.
of one skein patterns, and you're like, but I love it.
But
and
it's like
just
I have to
want
have the
one.
color, have to have the color. So anyway,
Yeah.
this was my have to have the color. But Musselburgh, look, it's gonna match
Oh.
my hair.
Oh,
Isn't that
that'd
It's
be
going
perfect?
to be
So nice.
gorgeous. If you
So
haven't
I've been-
seen the Musselburgh hat, I highly recommend you look at January 1 Instagram.
Yes, she's.
I'll put a picture in. And Dory's on Knit Night's working on a Musselburgh
Is
hat.
she?
Uh-huh.
It's a
Thing
Ysolda.
to do.
It's a
Yeah.
Ysolda Teague pattern. It's great for skeins of fingering.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of like,
Yeah.
great stockinette that you just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect. And actually, yeah, January 1 was one of the people that we saw at Rhinebeck.
Oh!
And actually, Seisha and I, we were together after lunch. She and I kind of went around together and looked at things. So we kept running into January 1, and actually somebody hacked her Instagram while she was at Rhinebeck. Isn't that terrible?
No way.
She was doing a giveaway. Well, at first that's what she thought it was. Somebody created like a spoof account.
No.
And yes,
that's
it was
not
terrible.
cool.
So, but I think she wound up getting some of this color too, and she was, but we got almost the last of this. It was so.
I
It's
bet.
such
So
a
lucky.
gorgeous.
Well,
So
and
lucky.
that's so perfect for Rhinebeck too.
It is. It really is. Like, yeah. I mean, I don't know that it was. I don't think it was called their Rhinebeck colorway, but it kind of effectively was one of the Rhinebeck colorways. So, yeah.
Love it.
But,
That's gorgeous.
yeah. So new in store.
New in
Yep.
store.
And next contest. So we
Oh,
got
yes.
to talk about that too, which
Yes.
I've got those.
Yeah.
But what were we? Oh my god! I do have a slight headache today. I apologize.
no.
Just very little, like a 3
I couldn't even
on a scale
tell.
of 1
Bless
to
your
10.
heart.
I know, I couldn't tell either. Well, I'll start talking about the Modern Daily Knitting field guides, which we have. We selected a few field guides to bring in, including Masterclass, which is the K Facet, which is all things felted tweed, Rowan
Yes.
felted tweed, which
Which
if
we have
you
a
know-
ton of colors.
We have a ton of
of.
colors. So this has some absolutely gorgeous patterns and colors and patterns and stripes. Wonderful.
This will inspire you to if you're like, oh,
I love
want
it,
to,
but what do I do with it?
yeah, exactly. All right, yeah. It'll inspire you to use all the colors. Which
For-
sometimes we need help.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's true.
exactly.
For our
We could do
sake,
some kits with those too.
we should.
That would be good.
For our sake folks, we have Wanderlust, which is designed by Wendy Bernard, and it's cuff down socks, toe up socks, stitch patterns for your socks. So if you're stuck on sock bingo and you're like, I need something, Pico Edge.
Pico edging.
Right, this is Pico Edge. This one is fantastic. And then we also have Merrymaking, which is field guide number 8, which we realize this is all kinds of gifty, designed by Thea Coleman.
Yeah.
So there's a cowl, there's mitts, there's coasters, there's a slip stitch cap, there's stranded diamonds hat. And these are such great quick gift patterns. We also have the How to Knit Modern Daily Knitting book available, and we will be including that with kits. So if you wanted to give a gift of learning how to knit to folks in your life, or if you're a crocheter who wants to pick it up, their book is a fantastic introduction. And you know that
and it goes through a lot of intermediate techniques too.
It's
Have
a good,
you taken a look? Did you take a look at it?
I did.
Yeah, I
opened reference.
I opened these up when I was here last weekend because we had somebody come in and they said, I want to, give somebody a learn to knit kit. What do you have? And I had noticed the box was in the office but hadn't been opened yet. And I'm like, if you can wait for me to put something in inventory, I know what you need. Because
5 minutes. But that would be perfect also.
And we've got So Much Chill, which is a great, learn to knit yarn. It's what we do for a lot of our in-store classes.
Yeah.
So we're going to be
You
kitting
could do
those up.
one of our 101, Knitting 101 kits with Chill, the book, and then you could pair that also with a gift certificate for a class, because our gift cards can be used for classes as well as materials. Which is awesome.
Or teach someone on your own and then
teach
have
someone
that as
on your own.
support. I mean, there's all kinds of possibilities.
All different ways to give gifts. So that's an excellent last minute gift if you're already thinking in terms of Hanukkah coming up, because it's soon.
I do have to order those boxes. We picked out some boxes, and
we have some. We're gonna make
really cute kits. They'll be great little gifts.
It'll be awesome.
Yeah. So do we have anything else that's definitely
we
in
have
store?
I have, yes.
Oh yes, of course.
September.
Next Molly
it's
Girl.
October.
Yay.
But it's the September Molly Girl colors.
We're catching up.
Yes. I got a little behind, sorry.
Yeah.
But yay. So September Molly Girl colors came in. It is Cerulean City.
Ooh!
Which, if you're a Pokemon player, you know that's where the water gem is. So
makes sense.
Yes.
Right.
So these are beautiful turquoises and yellows, and then this is turquoise and neutral together, a purple and red, and a nice eggplanty. Oh, I love these colors.
So wait,
these are going to sell out, right?
Oh yeah.
It was a little bit harder on the rock ones. I think we still have a couple Geodudes hanging out, which you need to if you're going to catch them all.
It's true. And it's good for the neutral level.
You can also use for heels and toes. I may breaking those up. I'll snag a couple
so
of
those are going to be broken up now, and you can just get them individually because now the September set is in, and this is Starmie, Shoulder. Let's see, which one is Shoulder? Is that this one?
I think that might be Shoulder.
Nope. It is not. Maybe.
Is it the purple?
Shoulder is purple. Yes, of course. It's this
purple.
one.
Yes.
With red.
Yeah, because he has a little red tongue. Yeah. Horsey, which has to be this one.
It's got to be the turquoise.
Yeah. Omanite.
Omanite is
this one.
the turquoise and...
Yeah. And Psyduck.
Psyduck is yellow.
Psyduck is yellow. Yes. Oh, Starmie has to be... No, Starmie has to be the purple one.
Starmie's purple and red.
I haven't... Yeah. Oh, yes. Starmie's
They're
purple
labeled.
Oh, because it's not Star U, right? Star
No,
U
Starmie is the purple and red starfish.
Yes, and then it evolves into Star U, which is yellow. And that's why I was thinking it had to be the yellow.
Some of the Pokemon are just weird. Some of them are adorable, and some are weird. I like Psyduck because his little head explodes when he gets stressed out.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he explodes.
That feels like me.
I know, where you're like, some days when you're like, you got that migraine, you got that headache. It's a Psyduck day.
This is Shoulder, the purple, and the purple and the red is Starmie.
Mm-hmm.
Star U. Starmie.
Starmie. Starmie is the first one. Star U is the second.
OMG.
Yeah.
Eric would be so sad.
Oh no, he would just correct me over and over again.
No, Mom.
No, Mom, Stormy.
Yeah.
So we have these in fingering weight.
Yes,
We
we
do.
do.
Yep.
Yeah, because now I get to start my stripes and my
Yeah, you
squares.
get to work on
with
your stripes and
I can't
squares.
wait.
Yeah.
But I still have to finish body in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Finish this.
Then
That may have to wait for a little while, right?
No, I can't. Or I'll get behind. I've got
If you
12
get
months
behind-
of this. I can't.
I am still on February with my temperature blanket,
Oh
people.
no!
That's why it hasn't shown
No.
up here.
You
Yeah,
have to stay
yeah.
on track.
I gotta stay on track. I thought I was doing so well with that. I was like, oh, good, I'm catching up.
Yeah.
And I caught up to real time, and then I put it aside, and
Yeah, no.
I know.
Now I'm side
Yeah,
up.
I know. I was thinking. I almost brought in my my scrappy blanket that I started, but haven't made that much progress on it
No.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have any other new in store, or should we talk about our drawing for...
Let's do our drawing for this time.
Let's do our drawing. And
Yes,
we did
our
already ask people
prize.
to comment on something. What did we ask people to comment on?
I forgot. We asked people to comment... Oh, about the heels and toes?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's
Okay.
it. So I think that this is a great connection.
Okay.
Yes. So comment on heels and toes.
Comment on heels and toes.
Which
and
ones
if
do
you
you
don't...
want to see?
Which
in
ones
the
do you
class?
wanna
Yeah,
see?
the star. I think the star sounds like a great idea.
Star,
Mm-hmm.
wedge, and if there's a third one that anyone is interested in, I might have time for.
Mm-hmm.
But comment on those two, even if you don't care about socks, because look what you
You
could
can win.
Even
So-
if you don't care about socks. We all care about socks.
We all care about socks. Who are we kidding? We know.
Please wear socks in your shoes. That's what I tell my kids all the time.
Oh my god. No, mine will sit there and be like, I can't wear shoes without socks.
Oh,
And I'm
wow.
like,
Meanwhile-
I literally just need you to run outside and pick up all the crap that you left on the lawn. I don't care what you wear to do it, just go.
And I wear clogs without socks every day, pretty much. That's
Hi,
it.
I'm wearing
I
Birkenstocks.
still need to get my sock shoes for this year.
Okay. Well,
But
maybe
anyway,
that
we're
Abby should not wear.
Okay, there we go.
going to give
Jonathan
away
should not
a sock size go knit bag. It's the
Yes.
small size. So we have these in a whole bunch of colors.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
I
going to
love
keep the
this
orange
pink.
one. We got a purple.
I have one like this.
There are
I have
two
a
different ones.
turquoise.
This is the Platinum series, I believe. Is that what we
Yes,
call it?
that one has
the
like
Jewel series.
shimmery.
The Jewel series. So this is all parachute cloth from Go Knit. I
This is
literally
what
have
it's like.
had bags like this for 30 years.
I
I
have
got my first one probably
this
30 years ago.
bag and this bag
Mhm.
that when the stock came in, it looked identical, and I got this in
They
2000.
they truly last forever. They really do.
Yeah.
So we are also going to do this as our sock bingo prize for October.
Oh, perfect.
So if you post your sock progress on Instagram or Ravelry with the hashtag Yarnia Sock Bingo, you could be entered to win for one of these. We'll do one, as we always do, for both one on Ravelry, one on Instagram. But also, if you comment here about what kind of heels and or toes you'd like to see Jen teach in her Afterthought heel class, you would also be entered. So,
Yes.
and you can pick your color from whatever we have in stock at the time.
Yep.
But if you want one in the meantime, they are. One of the things I love about these, they weigh nothing, but
Yeah,
they're
they
so
Nothing.
strong.
And you can, like-
and they're squishable. Yeah,
You can
literally.
squish them.
They're the perfect carry wherever, and also.
And I
if
will tell you-
literally want to put it on your belt. They've got a snappable
Yeah.
loop.
I have clipped this. I've taken this back when, we could travel more frequently. I have taken this on airplanes. I have clipped this just to the side of my purse.
Yeah,
And I have
and it
shoved
doesn't even count.
a just
as a
started
carry-on.
sweater in it. I can pack this sucker full.
Yeah.
And it weighs
That's your packing ability.
nothing. Yes, it will hold a sock, but it would probably hold, I could probably get my third.
These are 150
probably
gram
could.
skeins. I mean, you
Yeah.
probably could.
I could.
This would fit at least
Yeah.
two
They're
150 gram
crushable,
skeins
but they do
there.
hold.
So
They can
300
hold a
grams.
lot.
Yes, they can hold a lot.
And we do have them in multiple sizes. For
Yes.
this one, we're giving away the sock size, and they're not even that much difference. These are $23.50 for the smallest size. I think the medium is $24.50 and the large is $25.50 or something.
Yeah.
They're really not
Yeah.
terribly different. I mean, a lot of it's the labor. They're made really well.
Remember, they're
and,
made beautifully.
Yeah,
They really do last
for 20,
forever.
30 years. So yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, Abby has one of these with her little
The
ball
blue
of
is
Noro
in the
it.
office.
Yeah,
for
that's
her store project.
She's gotten back into knitting and more than one row at a time. So she's
Yay!
learned
Go
that she
Abby.
can, that I will let her watch YouTube at the store if she practices her knitting.
Oh no.
So she comes.
We'll get it later.
Yeah,
We'll get it later.
she comes and sits with me on the weekends after she's finished her Kumon. She gets to practice her knitting and watch YouTube. So she likes it.
Motivating.
And she's taking it to school. She's like,
Mhm.
look, I can knit now.
I love
Yeah.
that.
So good.
All right, cool. So I think that's it, right? So don't forget to comment below to win one of the Go Knit bags, and also make sure to like and subscribe to where Amanda was pointing, and click the little alarm bell so you get notifications when we post new podcasts and new videos. Follow us on Instagram as Shop Yarnia, Facebook Shop Yarnia, Ravelry. Go check out our Ravelry group. And
we've got those 2 new threads we're going to create. I think that's a great idea.
2 new threads that are actually coming.
If you are an Instagram person, you probably have noticed we're posting a lot more frequently. We're working with someone who's helping us with our social media. We have we always have so many ideas, but
not enough time.
That even though there are 3 of us, this tells you how, there's so much. There's always a lot.
There's always something.
It's great. We're working with her, and, it's really helping us get on track with letting you all know about all the things we're working on and thinking about and all of that good stuff. So, definitely, if you haven't checked us out on Instagram in a while and you like Instagram, please do, because I think you'll find some fun stuff there.
Absolutely. And then also, if you want tubes cranked, swing by the store,
or all of our sock yarns now online have the option to add crank it for me.
Cranking.
At the bottom, it's
that's cool.
Yep. All right, cool. All right. So we will see you guys
Thanks
next
for watching.
Time. Thank you.
Happy knitting. Take care. Bye.